loves Samoa Joe and hates Bobby Lashley. And he even knew that Bobby Lashley was going to win.
Hey, this video is going to be directed towards the whole Bobby Lashley incident. First of all, I want to say I don't hate Bobby Lashley. I love Samoa Joe. MB700, I'm glad I could entertain you. I want to say this. I want to basically give my story on how it basically happened. First of all, the people that were off to the side and they were like, the reason that they were like so aggressive when I got kicked out was because they had already, me and them had already tangled it up during the night because my chants were, you know, TV 14 chants. You know, I think it's somebody earlier in the night we started a chant like, you fucking suck cock, you fucking suck cock, you fucking suck cock. I mean, and they apparently had like a 5-year-old, and it kind of set them off. And I'm like, hey, look, man, this is a TV-14 product. If you want to, you know, bring your 5-year-old, you should probably take them to the PG product, and that's up north. That's not here, you know. Take them to Stamford, Connecticut. I don't know what to tell you. Put on Raw, SmackDown, whatever the deal is. But this ain't the place to bring them. If you know, this is a mature audience. TNA is a mature fan base. And, or, you know, it should be. You shouldn't be making your kid watch this. And, again, it goes back to the simple fact is, parents should be parents. Adults have to be adults and be parents. So, with all that said, basic morals, common sense, and it's why America's screwed, because parents don't want to be parents. And they, you know, they let their kids do what kids will do, and that's copy what parents are doing, and what parents are doing today is bad behavior. So you have to say, hey, look, you don't come here. This is for adults. You don't do that. Again, parents have to be parents, kids have to be kids, kids will be kids, and parents should be parents. Now that I've gave you my moral standpoints, again, I wouldn't bring my kid there. Not, you know, not my 5-year-old. I wouldn't do it. I just would not do it. It just wouldn't make sense. If I did, you know, let them watch the show, I edit the show, you know. I sit there and I don't let them watch Velvet Sky. I just cut that part out. I don't let that happen. I don't let my kid watch, you know, Velvet Sky with a second rotor pup her ass. I'm the parent. I have to be the parent. So, that's how that goes. Anyways, with all that said, that's what we have to do as parents. So that's why they were flipping out when I got kicked out. So fuck them anyways. As for the whole incident, I had a great time and I'd do it 1,000 times over. Like you said, I've been to all these Bound for Glories. That was a different experience. I've been going to wrestling events since I was 5 years old myself. Because obviously my parents weren't parents. So, I've been going to wrestling events since I was 5 years old, and, you know, I've been to a lot of wrestling events. I had never been kicked out of a wrestling event, surprisingly. And what had happened earlier, the Samoa Joe thing, and I'm like, fuck you, Bobby. But I knew Bobby Lashley was going to win, so wasn't my reaction based off of the fact that he won, because I really didn't give a fuck, because I knew he was going to win, you know, months. You know, when they announced the match, I knew he was going to win. Because Bobby Lashley was going to win no matter who he faced. It was his first match. That's why he should have been booked against somebody like Cody Deaner. Had a jobber's match, beat the hell out of him, tapped out 1, 2, 3. Because if people were ordering just to see Bobby Lashley, they were still going to order whether he was facing Samoa Joe or Cody Deaner. So he should have faced Cody Deaner, 1, 2, 3, quick tap out next match. Make him look like a fucking mega, you know, give him that monster push. Don't let him beat somebody that's going to diminish their push. And that's how it should have been booked. But it wasn't. So here we go. But what had happened is me just being hyped up and being a mark, I'm like, fuck Bobby Lashley, fuck, somebody should throw something at that motherfucker. I was joking. Then I was like, throw something at him. Talking to the guys that he mentioned, because they were dressed up like they had all the titles and they were supposed to be the Main Event Mafia. They were dressed up like the Main Event Mafia. They had that role pretty well played, I thought. And, anyways, so they were all there, and they're like, and they're like, you should throw something at him. I'm like, I don't have nothing. But I was joking again. They're like, here you go. He's like, all I got is this cup. I'm like, okay, fine. Wham! Straight in the head, Bobby Lashley, pop! Motherfucking cup hits him like right here, right? Then it bounces, and he swats at it, and he brings it back, and then the cup comes back into his face, and then it comes and hits his shoulder, and it just kind of trickles down his shoulder. And like he said, Bobby Lashley's like got this big smile on it. Like, if I wasn't behind this, and then if I didn't think if I jumped on your ass, I wouldn't get the hell suit out of me. And I'm not helping matters because I'm standing there like this at Bobby Lashley. I'm going, yeah, fuck you. Security sucks, doesn't it, brother? That's what I'm thinking, but I'm just going, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. But it was just me having a lot of fun. A lot of fun, tremendous fun. But taking the story a bit further, the security guard, I mean, these motherfuckers grabs me by my fucking shirt and just picks me up off the ground. So I'm like this. So anyways, he takes me out, he gets me up, and I'm like, dude, I'm not drunk. He's like, yeah, whatever, that's what they all say. He takes me up the fucking road, he's like dragging me up the steps, he's like, you're gonna come with me, he's got me by the shirt. And I'm like, dude, you can let go, seriously, I'm not gonna fucking fight you or nothing. So he finally gets me up to the top, and he finally lets go of my shirt, he goes, you're not drunk, are you? I go, no, I'm not drunk. And he's like, so I just walk with him, and he's like, and then he calmed down a whole lot once he realized I wasn't intoxicated. And he realized I wasn't gonna, go against him or nothing. So, he takes me out, right? He takes me out, and he's like, he gets me outside. He's like, I gotta tell you, if you come back in the arena, you're going to be under arrest because you've now been kicked out, so this is no longer public property to you. So, he says, because you violated the rules. But anyways, which I know that's true because there's actually something on top of the guardrail, which you can't see that if you're on the 6th row, but I know for an experience that they have something on the guardrail that says, because I have been on the front row and I've seen it myself, on the guardrail it says, if you cross this barricade, you're fair game. We can eject you from the arena, or if the wrestlers decide to physically attack you, that you can't do nothing, basically. So once you cross that barricade, you're fair game. And when you throw a projectile that crosses the barricade, again, you're fair game. They can't come across and kill you, but you can be ejected for, making something cross the barricade. Anyways, with all that said, I already knew these rules because I've been watching wrestling since I was 5 years old. I've seen plenty of people get ejected. I have never been to a wrestling event where, as a matter of fact, there was like 5 people that got ejected earlier in the night. One of which was Randy Couture's wife, who punched, and I mean fucked her up. Damn, Spider Girl, I don't know her fucking TNA gimmick. Spider Girl, I'll just call her Spider Girl. Punched Spider Girl in the face, and which I hate that bitch anyways. not like personally, I mean like I hate her. I just don't like her wrestling. But anyways, so they take me out, and I end up getting outside, and I say like, okay, the dude was really nice. He's like, usually they're not this nice, and I'm like, well, I got all these TNA events. I'll be in next year's, no big deal. And he's like, okay, that's cool. So like, I'm glad you're taking it like this. So I get outside. Who do I see? Rob Van Dam just standing over there. Like, what's up, man? And he's like, what's up? And so I have a conversation, get to hang out with RVD. And then I go over to the radio booth, and they got these big promotional things for the event. And since they were wrapping up shop, they had this like 20-foot life-size Sting. Well, actually bigger than life-size. It was like 20-foot fucking tall. And so I get this Sting that's like 20 foot tall, and wham, that pays for my trip because it was valued at over $1,000 because it's one of a kind. It's not something that TNA sells as merchandise. I see why, because the 20-foot Sting couldn't fit in most people's house, which it's in my living room right now because I have raised ceilings in my living room. So that's all cool. So I get this Sting that's worth about $1,000. I get to hang out with RVD, and I get an experience that I'll never forget. I think it was well worth it.
Thank you for that wonderful entertainment you have done.